Hey, what's going on everybody, and welcome to the RC Retro channel. The Optima Mid is finally here on the channel. We're only a couple weeks, maybe a couple months behind everybody else, but hey, those damn shipping delays, right? What can I tell you? Regardless, I already put it together off camera. I was so excited to get my hands on one of these, and I really wanted just to enjoy the build and not have to worry about videoing it or doing a time lapse and looking through a camera and all that stuff. If you have any of the RCs from Kyosho's Legendary series, you know that the build quality on these are top notch. It just takes it to a whole nother level, and I really just wanted to enjoy it, and I took my time and just had so much fun putting this together, and it's only going to get even better because we're going to get this out for some running footage and even have even more fun. But yeah, we're going to do a quick highlight overview of the build. I know I said I didn't video it, but I did take a few pictures here and there throughout the process of the build. We're going to talk about the characteristics of the Optima Mid, specifically by comparing it to the original Optima Mid, and talk about its new features, what changed, what's different, and then of course we're going to get it out for some action. All right, so with that being said, here's some highlights for the build. So hold on to your hats because this is a super quick version. What did I tell you? The super fast build, right? Or more like the warp speed build. All right, so before we get onto the features of the Optima Mid, I just want to kind of backtrack a little bit and just go back to the beginning of the video where I talked about how excited I was for this. Now, I'm going to speak on behalf of the RC community. While I'm very excited, I could tell you all that there are many of us that are super excited for the Optima Mid being back out. And here's the reason why. When I got back into the hobby a few years ago, Kyosho was first putting out the Optima re-release and then followed with the Javelin and the Ultima. As cool as they were, and everyone was like, these are pretty cool, and you know, everyone wanted one, there were always people in the RC community who were saying, what about the Optima Mid? When is Kyosho going to re-release the Optima Mid? And then, if you remember about a year or so ago, Kyosho was being sold, and we were all worried that when they were going to be bought out, they were going to discontinue the Legendary series and not put out any more RCs or any more re-releases. And sure enough, the deal went through, and then here we are a year later, and boom, Kyosho is still going down that path of putting out RCs from their Legendary series, that being the Optima Mid, and we're all very happy. So what do you think is next for Kyosho? Do you think they're going to continue down the Optima Mid line, or you're going to go down the Ultima line as far as what's next for the Legendary series and the next release from them? So drop a comment, let me know what you think as far as what Kyosho is going to put out next. All right, now on to the features. So we're going to compare the Optima Mid right here to my original, and obviously I did not go box art. I was about to. I painted the car white, and then right when I was about to put on the Optima Mid stickers, I decided to go with the Turbo Optima Mid stickers that came with my kit. In addition to the Optima Mid stickers, or I should say the Turbo Optima Mid stickers, I got this cool poster. So I took the Ultima one down and put the Optima Mid one up, and I turned it around on the other side with all the cool features. So I'm going to talk about those features, and they're right behind me also. So yeah, I went with the blue, and then I decided to go with the black wing because you get a white wing and a black wing. I went with the black wing, put the blue stripes on there, and decided to dye the white wheels black with some Rit dye, and I am very happy. I love the white, the blue, the black, and the gold shocks on here. It came out awesome. Love it. I'm very happy I decided to go with something a little different. All right, so talking about the features on the outside. Well, first off, let's start off with the rear. You get a black or a white ABS wing, whereas the original came with a Lexan wing, and this is not an original body on here. This is a TPG body on here. Some of the stickers on here are original, some are MCI, some of the stickers are peeling up. What are you going to do? All right, so you get that wing. The wing mounts are different on here. So the wing mount on here, the wing screws directly into the wing mount, and then you have 3 different positions to adjust, whereas the original has these 2 tabs that come up through. So you got to ream holes in this, and then you put the clips through to hold it on over there. Also, the bodies are slightly different. The original Optima Mid body came with a bubble on the side, and that was to accommodate the mechanical speed control. That's mounted just like this on the inside, and when we take the shell off, I'll show you that in a second. And you cut a hole back here as well, whereas this one does not have that. And most notably, one of the biggest differences on the exterior of the car are the tires. The original Optima Mid came with these spike tires, and these are original spike tires, mint condition. And the re-release comes with the block tires that are used on the Turbo Optima and on the Optima Mid, or the Turbo Optima Mid that you see right over here with the livery on it, the stickers. So either way, both are amazingly beautiful cars, but those are the differences on the outside. So let's get the shells off and look at the different features on the inside. Now that we took the bodies off, let's take a look at some other features. So on the re-release, the belt cover and the gear cover are completely different than that of the original. Same shape, however, totally different material, definitely thicker, stronger, and even darker tinted than that of the original. Plus, the original belt cover was glued down, whereas in the new one, or I should say the re-release, it's just held in place, but does have some kind of soft foam on the inside, little strips that are kept in place with double-sided stick tape that help keep sand and dirt and debris out, and does a much better job than that of the original. Also, a completely new feature on the Optima Mid that was not on the original is that right here, I know it's hard to see, behind this shock, there is a place for you to stick a flathead screwdriver and adjust the tension of the belt. So all you would have to do is undo a little screw in there, stick a flathead screwdriver, and then you can tighten or loosen the belt, and there's 8 different positions in there too. Also on the re-release, there are new rear hubs. They look the same, but they also have an area for you to put cartridges into, where now you could adjust your toe from 0 degree to 1 degree to 2 degree. Another new feature on the re-release is that on the front and rear arms you have an additional hole to increase your angle of your shocks. Also, the re-release has threaded shock bodies, whereas the original had clamps that you just undid the screw, pushed down, and tightened the screw. Perhaps one of the most important features of the re-release is that it comes with a slipper clutch. And this slipper clutch will now allow you to put more powerful brushless motors in here. Also, you have countersunk holes in the chassis with hex hardware throughout the entire car, whereas the original had like Phillips screwdriver heads, which did not allow you to have a completely flat chassis. So all the screws are sticking out over here, and you really couldn't put a chassis protector. Now for me over here, because it's completely flat on the re-release, I cut out my own chassis protector out of carbon fiber wrap and put that on there to protect it. So that's a nice little feature as well. And then finally, your shock towers in the front and the rear are FRP on the re-release, whereas the original ones were aluminum. Alright, well now that we got all that out of the way, there's only one more thing to do, and that's the most fun part. Get this out for some action, right? So we're going to hit the track, have some fun with it, and you know what? Maybe I will pop back in at the end of the video just to share with all of you how it went. To let you all know, is it really as good as everyone says it is? I guess we'll have to wait and see. Alright, enjoy the action footage. Welcome back, everyone. So what do you think? What do you think about the Optima Mid and how it handled out there? Because for me, I have to tell you, I loved it. I think this performed amazingly out there. Some of you thought I was going to go with awesome because I always say that, but I'm staying away from the word awesome because it was brought to my attention. I say that too much on the channel. So yes, I'm very pleased with how it handled out there. I was very surprised. I know my buddy Gareth took his out on Phil's track a week or two before I did and told me that I am absolutely going to love it. And sure enough, it did live up to those expectations right there. So yeah, it handled a lot better than I anticipated, and I am not the greatest driver. So the moment I got this out there and I was ripping it up on the track, I was like, this is pretty awesome. And then I handed the remote over to Phil, who then at that point was driving, and I was on the track with my GoPro filming. And then I got a little aerial footage of me driving on there. I was really impressed, and I will definitely be using this a lot more in our four-wheel drive race class. I will be rotating this into my stable of four-wheel drive buggies out there, along with my Top Force and my Javelin and a couple other four-wheel drive buggies. So very happy. If you haven't had an opportunity to get your hands on the Optima Mid, I suggest you do so. Place an order for one and try to get your hands on one of these before they become very rare and hard to find, all right? So with that, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for your support, and I'll see you in my next. Take care now.